Her name was Miss Toft. She was the amazing kindergarten teacher who was my first encounter at elementary school. I had always been at home with my mom or dad and some babysitters, so this was the first time I walked into that great big monster scary building known as Cumberland Elementary. That huge building. First time. This woman wove learning and fun together seamlessly. And it was a pretty amazing year. And I remember from the first day of school when I was terrified, and she introduced me to a boy who would become my best friend, all the way through some amazing shenanigans I pulled off and some great things that happened, and it was just fun. And as the year progressed, you get familiar, you know what to expect, you know what's going to happen, you know how things work, and it gets comfortable and exciting and great. And then comes the end of the school year. And I have to go to first grade. And I said to Miss Toft, Miss Toft, I think I should stay. And she said, but Andrew, first grade and then second grade and third grade, every grade has something new. Every grade has something you can learn, and it gets better and better. Then I got to the real point. But I don't want to leave you. And this woman gave hugs like nobody's business, and she gave me this big teary smile, gave me a great big hug, and she said, hey, I'm not leaving this room. You're just going to be down the hall. I'm always here, and you can stop in any time you want. And on that day, I learned this incredibly powerful lesson. I learned it now as an adult. That sometimes in order to grow, you have to let go of something. I had a great experience of school, both at Cumberland and then at college and graduate school. But it all begins by letting go so you can grab onto something new. It's about, this is great, this is incredible, this is wonderful, but now it's time to let this go and take hold of the next lesson, the next thing that God has in store. It's not always easy. Look at the gospel. The Feast of the Ascension is all about letting go. Now get this, the apostles had been with Jesus for 3 years. 3 years. They had seen everything. They heard every teaching, witnessed every miracle, all the great and amazing experiences. They were there at the Last Supper. They were there in the Garden of Gethsemane. And they watched at a distance on the cross. And then for 6 amazing weeks, they encountered the risen Jesus. No longer afraid of anything, no longer worried about anything. Why? He's alive. This is as good as it gets. This is amazing, incredible, awesome. And then Jesus says, I'm leaving. Bye. And I gotta believe that to a man they all said, are you kidding? What are you thinking? You can't go. It's just starting to get good. But until he let them go, they couldn't grow to do what they did. We're talking about a group who would have flunked the HR in any corporate department. These 12 apostles. You look at their resumes for a moment. You look at what these men did, and then what the disciples did who followed them, and the women who joined their group, and the people who were with them. They transformed the world. They changed civilization. They went out and did things they never dreamed possible. Why? Because Jesus, who empowered them, did his saving work, said, time for you to let go of my hands and take hold of the Holy Spirit. It's time for you to fly. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to do more on your own. Next lesson. And they did. They let go so they could grow and change, do amazing, powerful things. And here you and I are 2,000 years later. And you know what? Same thing is true. At every stage in life, this process repeats itself over and over and over again. This time of year when students are graduating, we had kindergarten graduation on Friday. It was awesome. The seniors who graduate from the high schools, the parties that are happening, people who move on from college into new work, new jobs. Those are the amazing things, where you let go of something good to take hold of the unknown. I don't know what's going to come next. But there's also times in life when we face so many transitions, and some of them are tough. A job disappears. A relationship gets wounded. Or we stand at a grave and have to let go. Sometimes letting go is for a good thing. Sometimes it's for a tough thing. But at every step of the way, the words of Jesus hold true. I am with you always. No matter what you face. Like Miss Toft, I'm just down the hall. I am here with you. And next week we're going to celebrate Pentecost, the power of the Holy Spirit. You will never be alone. That the Spirit will be with you to strengthen you, so that as you let go of one thing and enter into something new, I will walk with you. I will strengthen you. I will help you and heal you and guide you and guard you. But you got to let go in order to grow. This is not an easy process. This is not something that we just do like that. But this is how we continue to learn new lessons. How our heart gets bigger, how our lives expand, how we discover new life lessons and new opportunities and new possibilities by which God can strengthen us, transform us, and help us. Welcome to the Feast of the Ascension. May you and I, no matter what transition we face today, no matter what is before us right now, face it knowing that Jesus walks with us and He will be with us always. To encounter that process, to let go and take His hand into something new, for a new lesson, a new learning, and a new life. God bless you all.